Welcome to the meeting of the Utilities Committee. My name is John Twilliger. I'm chair, and to my right is Mr. Lutz. This is December 10th, and it is about 5:15 in the afternoon. This evening, we have an issue dealing with a possible increase in our stormwater rates. And is Aubrey doing this? Aubrey Hale.
Thank you. At the end of 2017, EMH&T delivered a stormwater master plan, and we talked to Jill and Christy, evaluated the current and proposed state of the fund, and the following proposed rates are recommended by Mayor Beamish, Mr. Titterington, and Mr. Frigge. Attached in your packets, you'll find 4 different scenarios that walk us through how we could potentially implement the master plan over the next 5 years. The first attachment is if we remain status quo. This would be no master plan implementation, no additional staffing. It would be nothing. We recognize that in 2023, we go negative in the fund. And so the proposed rate increases would be substantial in 2022 and 2023, 10 and 25%. Attachment 2A would be if we did the maximum amount of implementation after consulting with staff that we could possibly do given the master plan. This would be 2 additional employees. And if we don't do a rate increase, which is attachment 2A, we see that there becomes an issue. But in 2B, the proposed rate increases, which would be necessary to make us solvent, would be astronomical. Attachment 3A, you'll see that these are the more high priority projects that were identified by staff in the master plan. Would include additional maintenance labor to do ditch maintenance, but no rate increases. We see there's an issue. And then attachment 3B, it's 15% across the board, which we recognize is still substantial and not recommended. Attachment 4A, you'll see there's a revised spreadsheet after reviewing it with Mr. Frigge again. Realized that there was a compounding issue with the original recommendation. And so in 4B, 4A is the same, but 4B, you'll see that rather than 33555, we're recommending 3% increases across the board if you wanted to smooth out the rates. However, we also recognize that there may be some interest in a one-time rate in 2019, an increase of 7.55%, which would increase it 40 cents over the 5 years. After the 2019 increase, the rates would then be frozen through 2023. And then at the end of your packets, you'll find the 2019 through 2023 capital improvement plan that came from the budget that outlines the projects. And with that, I will open it up to questions.
Just for those who aren't privy to the sheets, you mentioned in 2B high rates. And those high rates are 40, 45%, 50%, 50%, and 50%.
Yes.
Mr. Lutz?
I just want to say I really want to thank the city for looking at trying to do a one-time increase rather than trying to do multiple increases over the next 5 years. I think a one-time increase and then freezing those rates for a significant period of time is going to be something that our residents are going to appreciate over the long term. The 40-cent increase amounts to $4.80 a year, which is 1 thin dime a week, even less than that. So I think that's going to help us out in the long time.
Yeah, I appreciate the fact that it's in cents, not percents, because frequently at our meetings, we'll throw a percent out there and someone immediately may miscalculate or hear, but when you get to 40 cents a year or after 40 cents per household after the 5th year,
Yes.
that's more readable. So I appreciate that. Any questions from others? Okay? So,
So I guess I would recommend that we go with attachment 5B, which would be a one-time 40% increase.
40 cents.
40 cent increase from 2019. And then remaining, keeping those rates frozen in 2020, 2021, 2022, and 2023.
and this does not need to be emergency?
That's correct. We anticipated, just because we tried to be as thorough as possible, that a likely impact date would be with the February billing. And so normally, it would start January 1st, but this gives us the month flexibility, so we don't have to do anything by emergency.
Good. Anything else to be heard? Then we'll move forward.
Any comments?
Move forward with this legislation, and it is not emergency. Anything else? Then this committee stands adjourned.